Hi, everyone. Welcome back to the Relationship Talk Lounge. This is a special night. We are talking to some of the lovely females that you are familiar with and two new faces for Women's Month. Yes, we are still in Women's Month, so we are going to talk about it. We are going to laugh about it, and we are just going to go through a flow that feels very feminine. So, with that said, I am Felicia, your host, and I'm going to take you around the way here to talk to some of my friends, and then we will get into some questions. So, why don't we go ahead and start, not with our usual suspects, but with our guests, right? So, Natalie, Michelle, go ahead and introduce yourselves.
I'll start.
Yeah.
I am Natalie Cosby. I am the host of Stacked After Hours, a podcast about Black love over 40. We've been on for a while. We're on YouTube. Catch us. And I'm just excited to be here. I love an all-women panel because I feel like we're going to have tea
Oh, yeah.
today.
That's good. I am Michelle
Absolutely.
McCleinrock. I'm a small business consultant. I do a couple of other things. I'm a mom. I'm a grandma. So yeah, I'm excited to be here.
Thanks, Michelle and Natalie. All right, now to our OGs. Come on now, bring it home.
All
You
right.
start, Danny.
Well, hi everybody. I am Okay, I'm here. Hi everyone. I am Danielle Bowman. I'm a live painter, professional performer of the arts, and representing the South, representing Louisiana, and I'm here. I'm ready to talk, girls. Today's ladies' night. So let's get to it.
Nice.
And I'll round it up. I'm Tamika. I am Brooklyn born and raised. I am a creative strategist. I have my own creative strategy firm, La Bon Vie Lifestyle Management. And I am just excited to get into this conversation and to, share thoughts with these beautiful women on this panel in celebration of the best month of the year, Women's Month.
Nice. Thank you, Tamika,
Yeah.
Danny, Natalie, and Michelle. So, what I didn't ask, but Tamika just reminded me, is where are we all from? And not only where are we from, but describe the women from your area in about, I don't know, a couple of words. Starting with Danny.
All right. Well, I am from Baton Rouge, Louisiana. Je suis un Creole
Mm,
woman. And the women that I was raised with from the South are very Christian women and very ladylike, very poised. And we are caregivers, our husbands and our kids and those that we love. And ruthless too, all at the same time. We know how to build a shed, and we also know how to cook in the kitchen and many other things. So that's
Thank
it.
you, Danny. Danny, I think we might be having some difficulties there, but I want to make sure we get you in full effect and form because Danny is our specialty
I,
artist here, and I want to make sure you get the light. So I just want to make sure you're aware.
Yeah, you're freezing a little bit, hon.
Just
am
a little bit.
aware. I am. Ooh, I don't know what's going on, guys.
Okay.
I am not setting, and I have no clue what's going on with my phone. Hold on one second.
Well,
All
while
right.
you are doing that, I'm going to go ahead and pick another lovely lady. Michelle, tell us where you're from and describe what the women are like in your area.
Okay.
Hmm?
I am from Brooklyn.
Ah,
I am the first American born Jamaican, so I'm Jamaican American.
ba, ba, ba.
And um Brooklyn Brooklyn women, I'll say this. So even today, I was at Applebee's with some coworkers,
Mhm.
and the guy, I was actually in the Bronx, and the guy was like, "You're not from around here, right?" I said, "What? How do you know?" He's like, "I'm gonna guess where you're from." So I
Mm,
said, "So I said, All right, guess. I said just like that. I was like, all right, guess. He said Brooklyn. And I guess it was the twang. He's like, yeah, you're twang, right? But Brooklyn women are strong, resilient. We are some of the most kind-hearted women, but we're tough, right? Because we've been through a couple of things and we're tough, but we are ride or die. We're loving. Just amazing. Just some of the most amazing women are in Brooklyn. I can tell you that. Hands down.
Absolutely. And Michelle, just to break it down further, what area of Brooklyn are you from?
Well, okay. So I was actually I was born in Crown Heights,
Okay.
went to school in Crown Heights, went to school in Flatbush, went to school in Bensonhurst,
Wow.
went to school downtown Brooklyn, hung out in Brownsville, lived in Midwood, hung out in Coney Island. I now reside in the Flatlands area, Old Mill Basin area.
So you
So
Brooklyn all around
around
all
Brooklyn,
day.
girl. Yes.
BK all day. I love
All
that,
day.
Michelle. Thank you.
Yeah.
Now, I'm going to go to Natalie because we're going to come back to Tamika and then we'll end with me. So, Natalie, tell us where you're from and what are the women like there? How would you describe them?
I am from Louisville, Kentucky.
Oh, look at that.
Yes. The women that I'm gonna say raised me, the women are witty, beautiful. They're very ladylike, but they are like activists. Like they are protective of their community. They can cook, they can laugh, and they are always like, who do you know and where do you want to stay? And you are always family and welcome. So it's very up south, as we call it, hospitality.
Love that. Thank you, Natalie. All right, let's bring it almost home. Tamika, let's go back
Go back
to
to
where
BK.
you are from and the area. And I want you to describe Brooklyn because it's probably going to be a little different than Michelle.
It is, but the similar but the same. So
Yep.
yeah, I'm from Brooklyn. I'm, born and raised in Crown Heights, very adjacent to Bed-Stuy. That's kind of like my stomping grounds, my nucleus, where everything around me is centered to this day. And I think that Michelle shed light to something that's so important about that Brooklyn woman. We are not all the same, and it's not necessarily like you can paint us with a broad stroke. We have such diversity. When you go to Crown Heights girl versus like that Bed-Stuy girl versus that Flatbush girl. I mean, I'm Afro-Caribbean as well. So we have a little bit of that mixed up in our palau of a self, right? We kind of have this like just this beautiful mixture. And I think what the product of that is, I mean, I think sometimes we call that code switching, but what it really is we can really acclimate everywhere you put us. I can be in a boardroom or I can be in Marcy. It really is. And I know how to adjust to either environment. So we are resilient and we are tough and we have that grit, but we also can be a little soft and pink when we have to be. So we know how to, how to be depending on what the situation calls for.
Love that, Tamika. And to round this up, I guess I'm gonna have to say I'm also from Brooklyn. Bed-Stuy, do or die. I live in Brooklyn Heights now. Lived in Clinton Hills for 10 years. So I did my stint. I also live in Jersey, but we're not going to talk about that. But I am all day, every day, Brooklyn. And honestly, Tamika, I probably will steal everything that you said about us. We are diverse, we're funky, we're sexy, but with sexy with a little hip hop to us. You can put us in any room, and I think that we acclimate. We can make friends with just about everyone. The great thing about Brooklyn is while we had our pockets, it is very diverse. It's always been diverse. You could go to Bay Ridge, you could go to Bensonhurst when it was, good to go to. Or we can just, hop in a car, go to Queens. It's just diverse. We have sisters everywhere. And I'm really, really excited to talk to all of you wherever you're from, because today we are just together to talk about women during Women's Month, and I'm just going to ask you some questions, and I want to hear your honest, opinions about them. So starting off with, what's one relationship myth you think that women over 40 should finally retire? Good one. And anyone, please speak up. And over 40, how about I start? I'll start with, and I know it's a myth that we can't date young men.
Mm.
I think like that, right? But I don't think that that's a problem anymore, right? I know that the idea is cougars, but yet men are just sexy when they do it. I think we can retire the cougar name and title. I think it's just normal at this point. I don't think that age is really a factor unless we're talking about experience, right? Which sometimes you have young men that can be very, experienced beyond their years, mature, and then you have men that are, maybe they're 30, 35, and maybe they're not so mature. So I think that what I think we can retire is the cougar title, if you ask me, for women over 40. It's my thought.
I like that one. I
Yeah,
agree.
yeah,
I like
yeah.
Yeah.
I like it.
I don't think we need
Yeah.
titles.
I think we can retire the myth that there aren't any good men left, right? And I think that that's a myth, even though I'm single.
I need receipts.
Like,
I
where
need
are they?
I need
Yeah.
some receipts,
By
Michelle.
choice, Michelle. By
Right, by
choice.
choice, right. But sometimes you hear it, and we tend to always hear it, oh, there aren't any good men left, just because of the men that you've met or anybody has met. It's not actually true. Danielle just shared, what's going on in her life with a new person. So there are good men left. We just have to find them, or they have to find us, right? But to overall blanket and say there aren't any good men left, that's not. That's a myth. I think we need to throw away.
That's a good one. That's a good one.
I have one, and I don't want to get too heavy off the rip. I know we just started talking, but I think that we can retire the myth of the strong Black woman as it relates to dating. And I think it's okay to be vulnerable.
Yeah.
It's okay to want to be taken care of.
Mhm.
It's okay to even sometimes subscribe to some of the gender roles that may have been before our generation, because we are definitely living in this age of, we have how many entrepreneurs on this panel right now that's doing their thing, grinding and building from the ground up, multi-degreed women on this panel. And sometimes that translates into I'm taking care of myself. I'm doing this for myself. I got this, I got this, I got that, I got that. And it's heavy. Motherhood, womanhood was already heavy. I think
Right.
it's okay to seek that partner that's going to lighten the load.
Mhm.
Right. And I'll piggyback on that because that was actually what I was also thinking could be done with. I feel like it's okay for us to allow ourselves to have experiences without judgment, criticism of ourselves. Sometimes, like we don't want to be strong. Sometimes we just want to allow and just relax and just be vulnerable. And I feel like the idea of trying to protect ourselves through this illusion of strength is actually it works against us, So I'm with you, Tamika. I love that.
I'm gonna go a little bit on the sexual side, that we still desire a lot of pleasure, even especially I'm on the other side of, I'm on that side of 50 where men are always questioning, like, is she into it? And our actual sexual health is something that is very key, and we still desire it. And so I am learning, like, that part is something that as we get older, we start to educate like what is like pleasurable and what we
Yeah.
like and what we desire. And we still want to be desired.
Right.
Exactly.
Absolutely.
Love that. Thank you. Thank you all. Those were yeah, we got some myths out there. I'm sure we can talk about quite a few. But let's go into kind of that role thing, right? So can a relationship work? I'm gonna just come right off the bat. If the women or the woman makes more money. What are your thoughts on that?
Ooh, let's just jump right into it,
I
huh?
mean,
Yeah.
why not?
Yeah.
Let's make it saucy and
Here we go.
spicy, you know? Let's make it saucy and spicy. What are we thinking? Can it work? And here's another question. Can it work? And are there caveats to that, right? Can it work? And then is there an upside or a downside to it? I'm just curious.
I feel like it could work. As long as the male, for me, you guys should know by now, I'm all about building with someone,
Yeah.
right? And I understand with goals, sometimes there's variations of like where you are financially. Sometimes you need to put certain things aside so you can focus on this or build with that. So I understand the dynamic of give and take when it comes to growth
Mhm.
and partnership. So as long as my partner has like a goal in mind and ways to get to that goal, I don't mind making more than him. I don't mind as long as he's on the ladder, going
Right.
up,
That's
going
right.
somewhere, taking us somewhere. And I wouldn't mind because, if you love somebody, if you share yourself with someone, I feel like it's very important to have the ability to compromise and see the potential in them. I wouldn't want to stifle my partner because he's not making what I'm making. As long as he's headed in that direction, I'm fine.
Yeah.
I
Absolutely.
think
Yeah.
it's also like what does he bring to the relationship based on
Right.
what you need?
Absolutely.
Right? Because I feel like we're always like, I mean, I've I've dated men where I've made more, I've dated men where I've made less. I think it's like, what are my needs at this point? What are my
Mhm.
wants? Like
Yeah.
if I have a house and I'm like, okay, I want somebody who's handy. He may not make the same amount of money, but
Yep.
he brings something that adds so much more value
Yep.
than what money can. Because sometimes that brother who makes money does not have the time I need for what's in my life.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
So I think it's really based on like what you value at this point in your life.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Thank you,
I
Natalie.
agree with
Mhm.
that. I agree with that. Sometimes you can't put the value, a dollar on what somebody else brings to the table.
That's right.
So if there's someone that he may not be making as much money as you, but you can reach out to him at any time. He's
Mhm.
there to help. He's there to do things with you and also on that trajectory of having his own goals and building together and wanting more and working towards more.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's fine. It's definitely fine if you're working together.
Yeah. Love that.
Right.
Tamika, I'm
Right.
feeling something strong on this side. So
I
I'm
know. Think
curious
that's
about
something.
I'm curious about your perspective on this. Come on, give it to us.
Well, first I'm going to say that I think my co-panelists have brought some really great insight to this point, to this topic already. And I agree with all of it. I think it's a little bit of all of it. I will say though, for myself, ambition is super important.
Mm,
So you kind of have to match my fly. If I'm like building and I'm grinding and I'm trying to uplift and trying to get to that next level,
mhm,
the weight of someone who's not building and grinding and trying to get to whatever their next level is can
mhm,
bring me down. So I
Right.
don't know if that's necessarily a fiscal thing. I
mhm.
think it's an emotional thing.
Yeah.
And I think it's
Mhm.
about energy and what energy you're bringing to the table. So you can be like the world's greatest, most ambitious, fill in the blank. But as long
Mhm.
as you're bringing that energy, that integrity to everything that you do, then we're solid and then we're fine. Then I
Right.
can, then everything else is going to fall into
Yeah.
place.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right.
I just wanted to say something because even to that, Tamika, too, he can be someone who may not be financially making the same as you or more than you, but he's involved in this project, he's involved in that, he's building this community, he's doing it. It may not generate the finances, but he's really heavily involved in building and doing different things. And that kind of equates to the same.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think integrity is really big with that, like his passions. Like, I feel like men should be, I know there's women leaders. I mean, it's Women's Day, Women's Month, or whatever, but I'm a Southern woman, okay? And we have a strong belief like our men should be leading. And I still hold very dear to that because I'm not trying to be in a man's role. And I know my girls, like, I'm not sexist or anything like that, but I'm not trying to do what men do. Like, you do that. You fix this. You lead us here. Like, how do you feel about this community? What can you do to help out or evolve? So for me, integrity is also important. So I'm glad you pointed out, Michelle.
Yeah, Danny, you just touched on something too to me, because I don't know if it's the same thing that triggered you, Fee, but like when I think about, I'm actually very comfortable with gender roles. Like that doesn't bother me. I'm very comfortable and I kind of believe in them, and to a certain extent. I do think that there's a certain place for a man to be a man and for women to be taken care of. And I don't think that there's a problem with that. What I think sometimes gets in the way is, this new, like, I don't know if it's new or whatever, but sometimes there's this mentality, you can't have it both ways. So if you're my man and let's say we decide to move in together or whatever, you want me to split the bills down the middle and cook dinner when I get home and take care of the kids and do all the things. So you can't have it both ways.
Right.
You either like that's not how balance works.
Right.
So I'm okay with, maybe acquiescing to certain gender roles, but I would like you to do the same.
Absolutely.
I think the other thing is what we're realizing is women, we have evolved in our roles because we do so much. So trying to find brothers who match that energy and is comfortable in their manhood to be like, I can take on that. I mean, I think about me and my partner. When I met him, I mean, he's Southern. He's from New Orleans.
Okay.
So, but in the same token, I was like, I also got alpha energy. I have a lot of alpha energy. And so I'm like, okay, Natalie, when can you step back and let him be him? And when do you acquiesce and understand, like, okay, I want you to be the lead, but I know there's things I'm just naturally going to lead on. So can you, I don't even know if it's balanced. I think it's really of a flow. It's trying to figure out y'all's flow.
It's an ebb and flow.
Sometimes
I'm going to be out front, and then sometimes you're going to have to.
And the other thing is, I think the other thing is like, you got to make sure I don't want to be competing with your behind.
Exactly, girl.
Right.
I ain't no competing.
But Natalie, also, we as women, we got to sit back sometimes, just like what you said, and think, you know what? Why am I changing this tire? Why am I, like, what am I doing right now?
I'm like, I don't pick up boxes.
I mean? You know what I mean?
But ladies,
I'm not changing a tire. But
I agree with you, Michelle. Thank you.
I guess that's my question. We really do that? I mean, this is easier said than done.
But
you all know this, right?
But sometimes, like, you get impatient and say, okay, I need to change that. I can do it. I know I can do it. But I need him to do it. But instead of waiting for him to do it, let me just.
I think it's also, can you do it right now? I'm asking you to do it right.
We gotta have the patience to allow them to do it.
That goes back to, I almost feel like that goes back to that myth, right? Like, the myth could just be that we need to do everything at all times and not necessarily be in those traditional positions where we don't have to do it, right? Like, I feel like we as women, sometimes Black women, we
100% the Black women part.
Exactly. We feel like they didn't do it, I'm gonna do it, right? I don't have the patience. I just want to do it myself.
That's me.
Right? That's why I'm thinking it's easier said than done. Like, we would love to be like, oh no, you do it. I know there has been many and plenty of times where, my fiance will say something to the effect of, "You can wait," right? Even you can wait. Like, no, I have
Wow.
things to do,
Yeah.
right? And so that's why I said, maybe like sometimes we have to kind of put away the we have to do everything.
We have
Right.
to take our
And
capes off.
I
We have to
learned
take our capes
Exactly.
off because we're so
Right.
I
conditioned to
think
having to have them
yeah,
on. Listen, I'm a Black woman from Brooklyn that's an
Right.
Aries that went
Right.
to Brooklyn Tech. I
there
think
you
I
go.
am the shit.
There
Right.
you are.
And I
There you
think
are.
I can do all of the things all of the
Mhm.
Yeah.
time. There's
All
nothing.
of the above.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Tamika, can you plan the Super Bowl? Yes.
Yeah.
I'll figure it out later.
Right.
But I
Yeah.
can do it.
Right.
You can't tell me I
Yeah.
can't do nothing.
Right.
Yeah.
But
Right.
and so
That's right.
sometimes we get in our own way with it.
Yeah, but we
We
just
do.
have to step
We do
back.
get in
But
our
we
own
just
way
have
because
to step back.
we don't allow them to even things like opening the car door. That's the simple,
Hey,
I was
right?
gonna
okay.
say
That's
that,
the
Michelle.
simple, right? That's the
That's
simple
it.
thing, right? And
Yeah.
I have a guy that I dated, and I said, "Oh, we jump out we jump out the car like we cops,
Yeah.
like like we both
We
like
Yeah.
we run up on the scene, right? Like what is this?" So
Absolutely.
but then I realized it's me. I'm not waiting for him to get out and do it. You know what I'm
That's
saying?
right.
So
Yeah.
I'm still on him like we're jumping out like cops. But
Yeah.
did I even wait for him to come around and get the door? No, I'm out the
No.
door, right?
But I
Yeah.
So now
wonder,
I've learned,
yeah.
okay, I'm gonna sit here until you come around and open the door for me.
Absolutely.
So,
Curious with
those are
Michelle
things.
if because this lower row is a Brooklyn, thing, and now Danny, you have a partner over here, Natalie. I
Uh,
wonder if it's sometimes a
Geographic.
Southern
yeah,
versus East Coast thing where
well,
we are a little look at the faces. Look at the faces. All right,
Natalie's
bring it
like,
to
yeah,
me.
y'all a
I
bit
got
much.
something
Tell
to
me, Natalie.
So I think also, I think our generation of women have been raised to make sure you know how to do it. That's how even as being a Southern Black woman,
Mhm.
I'm still raised to make sure don't depend on no man mentality.
absolutely.
And so I technically, as I got grown and I realized none of my relationships were working because
Mm.
my own factors were
There you
playing into the
go.
part that kept
Hmm.
me, people at arm's length,
Women need
one
to hear
foot in
this.
the door, one
Hmm.
foot out the door. I had to like reprogram myself and be like, girl, step back.
Yep.
Right.
Be the girl for once.
Right.
Allow yourself to
Right.
be the girl.
Right.
Like, because I feel like feminine energy is also,
It's
it's
beautiful.
powerful.
It
Oh
is
It
yeah.
is. It's
beautiful.
powerful.
It is
Very powerful.
powerful.
And
Do
I
you
feel
feel like you saw a shift? I'm so sorry, Felicia. Don't mind me.
Oh, you don't have to. No, keep going.
Natalie, do you feel like you saw a shift in the men you were attracting or in the experience that you were having in your relationships when you allowed yourself to step into that femininity? Oh, that's a good question.
So I had to,
Mhm.
first of all, I had to think about who was I choosing and what
Right.
energy was I giving off to even
Yep.
allow myself to be attracted to.
absolutely. Absolutely.
So that feminine energy was muted because I felt like I needed to protect her.
Yeah.
So what
Yeah.
I
Mm.
was attracting initially was very, I ain't gonna say bitch ass, but they were very interesting brothers,
Yeah.
to say the least. And I was bringing that to myself. So
Yeah.
I was allowed to surrender into it once I started choosing better.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Choosing what was for me. Let me say that. I don't want to say
Absolutely.
better, for me.
I'm stuck
Yeah.
on the bitch ass. I'm
Yeah.
stuck on that.
I'm
And
sorry.
so Natalie, you pointed out something. As a Southern woman, I'm sure as a woman, period, especially a Black woman, we are taught, hey, you better make sure you protect yourself and have your own. Be
Mhm.
ladylike, be gentle, but also make sure you're secure. But that's like a sense of trauma that us as women have inherited, from
Mhm.
our mothers and grandmothers,
Mhm.
because they've been
Yeah.
through things. So they
Yeah.
prepare us to protect us, but it's not based off actual experience that we had. It's an
Yeah.
experience that they had. And
Right.
so they teach us and guide us to do it. And I'm thankful for it, honestly, because it helped me and saved me in many situations.
Yeah.
So it is definitely something that is passed down
Absolutely.
that, well, I don't want to get in my business, y'all, but I just actually had a talk with my partner yesterday about that very thing because he was just like, hey, he was just like, let's have a conversation. He was just like, you don't have to do that. He was like, just relax. He was just like, I got you. And if things go south or if things go a certain way, then I'm gonna let you know. But he's like, you're good. You're safe here.
Mm-hmm.
So,
chill.
yeah. Okay.
Love
I
that.
see you, Tamika.
I mean, listen, everybody wants that, Danny. Again, I think it all depends on the woman where they are in life, if they want to accept that, again, a lot of things are easier said than done. I think that, sometimes there's moments and experiences that set us up to either accept it or walk away from it or think we don't need it because we're so strong, right? And we've done so well for ourselves. So, with that, do women really want a man who leads, or do they want a man they can control?
Ooh.
I want to be led. I've said this
Yeah,
since the
I want to
beginning
be
of the
led.
founding
Yeah,
of the
led.
podcast. Since the very first minute, second of the hour.
I
I've
want to be
always
led.
said I wanted
Yeah.
to be led.
So,
Yeah.
common theme for me, and I think this even like in the last episode, I kind of refer back to my former self a lot. I think that where I am right now, turning 46,
Mhm.
I can say safely, no, I want to be led. I am ready.
Yeah. Good for
I
you.
am ready and I am open to be led, to be taken care of, to be allowed to just exhale because
Yeah.
there is just, yeah, no, I'm good. I've been,
Yeah.
I'm good.
You're
Yeah,
tired,
I'm
Tamika.
ready.
I
You're
feel the
tired.
same way. Yeah, I feel the same way. I've raised 2 children. I'm like, I don't want to raise nobody else.
And
Right?
also, like, I'm
Not at
raising a
all.
young Black man, right? So
Right.
I'm
So
raising my 19-year-old son. And
there you
one
go.
thing I think about that process
Yeah.
of,
Yeah.
we talk about traumas, we talk about my traumas. And I think sometimes when I think about my traumas as a Black woman, how
Mhm.
that and how the Black man has influenced some of those traumas. Now to look at how I'm raising a Black man to make sure it's heavy.
Yeah.
It's
Yeah.
so much. So yes, I'm
Yeah.
ready.
Yeah. You
Take
want
care of
you
me.
want
Soft
someone
and
to
pink.
lead. Yeah, I'm definitely I want someone to lead, take on some of the control. I don't want to control an adult.
Yeah.
That's not something I want to do.
Absolutely.
That's
Mhm.
You
not
don't want to raise a man.
right.
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 That's
Because I
right.
can't.
Nobody wants to do that.
Yeah.
No.
But I
That's a
think
hell of
it's
a
what's
job.
also beautiful about it is that sometimes I may feel like, I'm ready for my relationship, I'm ready for my partner. When is it my turn? I might think of all those things. But
Yeah.
I also, there's this beauty in having had experiences
Mhm.
because that clarity of what I want, when it
Mhm.
shows
Beautiful.
up, I am going to recognize it on sight.
Yeah.
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 Definitely.
Because of all of the things that have led me up to the moment where I'm there,
Yeah. Yeah.
Now we know, oh, Natalie, I'm sorry, you
No,
never
no, no,
even had
no.
a
Go ahead.
chance.
Go ahead.
Please go
No, no,
ahead.
no. I was going to say the one thing I've learned in being in a relationship where I've surrendered to being led is you
Mm.
start to feel safe.
Yeah.
As
Yeah.
I think Danielle talked about it earlier, like it is something where somebody just has your
Has
back
your
in a
back.
way that you're just like, oh my God, I can truly like exhale and just be
Yeah.
Yeah.
like, I can sit in this and feel okay.
Yeah.
Love that. I love that. And let's keep on surrender because we all know that Black woman, that any woman that is just not into being led. Do we know why? Right? Like we're saying we just want to be led now, but we know that that's not the norm. We know
Right.
that's not the norm. And so I'm curious on what your thoughts are on, what holds us back from being led. Like, why are we uncomfortable with it? What do we think is it control? Is it that we feel uncomfortable? And now this could be a friend. This could have been you 5 years ago, 2 years ago, a year ago. Curious on your thoughts on that because we know this is true. Not every woman is comfortable being led. And I will tell you that I'm comfortable and then sometimes I'm not. Right? I'm not gonna lie. I just have that, I've been single for a while and then, married before. And, when I'm single, I get to do whatever I want. I get to make the choices I want. So when you find someone and they come into your life while you're ready to have all these things done for you, you're still in the mode of I could do this myself. And
Right.
it's so hard to get, whatever age, it's so hard to get out of that. And I know this for sure
It is.
because I experience this sometimes on a regular basis.
Yeah.
It's not a bad thing. It's just sometimes I don't, I'm just like, I'm used to it and
Yeah.
I'm okay. I'm okay. I'm used to it.
Yeah.
So I'm just curious on your thoughts on why this happens. I really don't have a real reason other than when you have time to yourself and you can see that you don't need anyone else to make those decisions, it's just hard to shake.
It's because we're in survival mode, sis.
I love
We have
that.
been in survival mode,
Love
okay?
that.
In
Survival
multiple
mode.
aspects of
Yes.
our lives.
There
It's
you
not,
go.
yeah.
Right. We have been in survival mode, and I'm learning how to step back. Like, I'm
Yeah.
learning how to, hey, let me chill. This is safe. This is, this is a good place. So I can
Mhm.
just relax. And I feel like we have to reprogram ourselves.
Yeah.
Because after being strong for so long and providing and running businesses and taking care of kids, taking care of the family,
Mhm.
like it's just a natural thing to gain strength from trauma and harsh experiences.
Yeah.
So we have to rewire ourselves. I mean, if you choose to,
Right.
depending on your partner, you have to rewire yourself and you have to learn how to say, okay, I,
I
I
know
have to
for
be
me,
uncomfortable learning this new version of myself with this
Right.
type of vibe.
And,
Uncomfortable is right.
and this it also comes from we've probably given up that just given up that space before and let someone lead and say, okay, I'm gonna let you lead. And it just didn't work out.
Yeah.
Right. And it could have been once, twice, a couple of times. And then you're like, wait a minute, let me just do this myself.
Girl.
Okay, it's a trusting. So it's
Yeah.
all one big conversation, really. You know what I mean? It's the trust factor of it. So it's hard to really surrender when you say, I've done this before, it didn't work out, or I've been single for a while, I can do it myself. So am I really gonna let go of the reins and let someone else lead?
Right.
It may take a little bit longer this time.
Yeah. And that's okay. And I think it's important for us to give ourselves grace in
Mhm.
these experiences because our strength saved us and protected us many times,
Absolutely.
when we had no one else, we had ourselves. So you have to, throughout the process, like, whenever you decide or whenever a woman decides, hey, I'm going to tap into my feminine version and just allow myself to be soft, allow myself to be led or whatever it may be. I think it's important for us to be gentle with yourself, be graceful with yourself because you're learning a new version of yourself.
Yeah.
You're giving birth to a new version of who you are as a woman.
Beautiful.
So
I think it
it's scary, girl. It's a scary world.
I think it really taps into our vulnerability, which is it's just something when you've just been holding on to that shield feels fine. It's like, why do I need to drop this? Because you're here.
Right.
Right?
Right.
So it really when you allow somebody to lead or take the lead, it allows you to kind of just drop the armor and allow yourself to kind of be in a space that is very unfamiliar water.
Yeah.
I know, I mean, you fight it. We will
Yeah.
fight. We'll be like, I got that,
Yeah.
but I believe like that's kind of the premise of it. And I think everybody's kind of said it in some sense of the form,
Right.
like surrendering to just yourself. So somebody trust where you feel safe to
Yeah.
let them just be like, girl, I got you.
Yeah.
Relax.
Absolutely.
And I waited, y'all. Let me tell you, I wasn't out here. Felicia knows, Tamika knows. Like I wait. Like
Yeah.
I do not. I don't just
Very
date
true.
anybody. I just don't deal with
Yeah.
anyone. Like I'm very much
Absolutely.
protective of myself. So I prayed about it, and I allowed the universe naturally to bring in whatever it is that's meant for me.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
I
I see you
think when I
smiling,
think,
PT.
I think when I think about the why maybe we are not comfortable, well, me specifically may not be comfortable being led. I don't know what it looks like. If I'm being completely honest, I grew up in a single parent household with my mother, and like
Yeah.
trauma is real, and experience is what teaches you, and I really honestly just don't know what it looks like.
Mhm.
So it's not as if I have something to reference
Yeah.
directly and to replicate, ideally.
Yeah.
I just have I don't know. So I'm kind of making it up as I go along. Plus, all the other hats that I wear heavily influence how I behave in across other roles. So if I am a general manager, if I'm a leader, if I'm a entrepreneur, if I'm always, leading in every aspect of my life, yeah, my boyfriend's gonna be like, I'm not one of your employees.
Right.
Because
Yeah.
that tone may come out by
Yeah.
accident. I don't mean it.
Yeah.
But the
Proud of
tone
you,
may come
Tamika.
out.
As
But
long
you
as
know
it's
what, Tamika,
recognized.
but the one thing is like, I feel like even if the tone comes out, the leader can be like, okay, girl, and not be bothered by it.
That's
Like,
right.
I need my leaders to be unbothered by my
Oh
nonsense
yeah, I love
sometimes.
unbothered
Like,
people.
to me,
Yes.
that's when I know you are a leader. I remember I dated one dude, he's like, I'm the leader in the relationship. I said, the fact that you telling me that means you
Right.
are
Yeah.
not.
Yeah,
Yeah.
you're trying to
We no
convince
longer
yourself,
dating.
boo-boo.
Right.
You have
We're
to
no
earn that
longer
position.
dating.
That position should not be given freely to anyone. They have to
Right.
earn that. They
Like
got to earn that
we
leadership
like
role.
a guy, we like a man who knows what he wants. I mean, to me, that's the sexiest thing in the world.
Yeah.
I like coming home and he has cooked, he has cleaned the dishes, he has made the bed. You don't get that with every guy. You
No.
really don't. And when I tell you the tide has turned, I mean, it's not even that it's changed because he's very much a man, but it is so good to have those things done, right? Like you want
Yeah.
to cook your way, but it's nice. It's nice to be
Right.
home
It
and
works
like
out better for him.
for me. And you didn't order anything? Like
Right.
that.
Yeah.
I like that. I like that. So let's put these men to the side for a second. Let's talk about the women. Let's talk about the men. Okay, so now get. I want your thoughts from obviously your vantage point, but also what you've seen out there. So are women truly supporting each other in relationships? And when I say relationships, I mean it could be any type of relationships. Or are they competing quietly? Are they judging quietly? And we all know one of these people. So curious about your thoughts on that.
Well, I've been blessed to have some amazing women. Like I'm very selective, you guys. Like you don't see me with everybody. I speak to everybody. I'm a businesswoman. I do what I do, to make my money. But there's a select few that is close to me, that hold dear to me, that I will share my personal life with. And so I open up to them. And anybody else, I really don't care what they gotta say. Like I really do not care, for the record. In case any of you are out there, not you guys inside, but I really don't care.
So you're saying the quality that you have around you are truly supporting you.
Yeah, I feel that way. I feel that way, 100%. Now, if they feel some type of judgment or they feel some type of criticism regarding like a relationship or whatever I'm doing, they will tell me. They be like, Danielle, I don't know about that.
Yeah.
They be like, Danielle, be careful with that.
Yeah.
And I respect those type of remarks. Like I respect that type of banter with my girlfriends because I need somebody to pull me to the side if I'm doing something wrong. Please do it.
That. Danny,
but when they talk behind my back, I don't care.
Yeah, what would you think? And then, obviously I want to hear from everyone else. What do you think of the telltale signs of someone who's quietly competing with you or judging you? Because, we women, we could be real slick with it and be your best friend. So just curious on, what are some of the signs for those that don't know? What are some of the signs that you think are, a good friend, you would consider them a good friend, but quietly, and it's usually not even quiet because women are, we are just right, Tamika. We are just in your face and you know it, but guess what? You've been friends with this person since you were like 3. You don't want to let them go, but they just have these things that they do.
I would cut people off immediately. If I get an inkling,
you already know.
On you, I would protect myself. And that's why I don't, I move a certain way. Certain people are close to me. So I think the telltale signs would be, I'm trying to think of my past. Just like little remarks like, oh, he did this for you. oh, I wonder why he did that,
Oh,
or it's just like little silent criticizing questions,
yeah.
remarks where it's like they're trying to compare and contrast. Like, okay, he did that for you. I wonder, ain't nobody ever did that for me. And it's cool to have those type of dialects, but it's like how it's said. That's
Yeah.
kind of like, okay, girl, like, are you happy for me, or are you just trying to understand
What's
why I'm
behind
being
it?
treated
Right.
nicely?
Right. Right.
So it's just about how it's said, I guess. And
Yeah.
then I cut them off. Like, I just won't talk to them again.
Ah.
I'm serious. I'm serious.
Michelle, Natalie, Tamika, your thoughts?
On the telltale signs.
Well, are women truly supporting each other, right? In relationships, or are they competing quietly or judging quietly, or maybe not quietly?
I would love to say that women are all supporting each other,
I know.
but it's often not true,
Yeah.
right? Personally, I try to keep a really good circle of women.
Mhm.
I do keep a portion, like a large portion of my life private as much, right? So I just keep that so there's no ammunition, right? But I do have a small circle, and but I know tons and tons of women. I know a lot of women. And one of the telltale signs I would say are things like if I'm sharing something and you're topping that story, right? You're
Mm,
topping what I'm saying,
yeah.
right? I got a promotion. Oh, I remember the day I got a promotion. You didn't even
Pet peeve.
acknowledge that I got a promotion, right? Or I'm getting married. Oh, I remember the day that I bought a new dress. I remember the day I bought a new dress. Like, when are you acknowledging what happened to me,
Mm,
right? Or just little things when it could be something, a tragedy happens in your life or trauma. Who shows up?
yeah.
Right? Who's there to say, oh, do you need anything? You want something to eat or whatever? Those kind of things, that one shows who's really in your circle. Women, we are smart, we are slick, but you just got to be attentive to understand
Mm-hmm.
who is really there for you. And sometimes it's difficult.
Yeah.
And sometimes it takes a while. And
Yeah.
sometimes
Right.
it
Right.
doesn't show up automatically. Hey,
That's
girl,
true.
day one.
Mhm.
Yeah.
It comes after a while. You be like, wait a minute. We
Yeah.
done did XYZ, you know
Yeah.
XYZ, and now you're doing this.
Right.
So sometimes it takes a while, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I think also you may start out in a really good place with that person,
Mm-hmm.
and then you're changing. Like you're
Yeah.
going through your own transformation, and
Yeah.
sometimes people cannot handle it.
That's
Mm,
true.
very
They
true.
cannot, and
Yeah.
I'm learning. I've had a lot of friendships. I've and I think about like friendships that I have fallen out with, probably some due to me and some due to
Mhm.
them. But I've
Mm-hmm.
realized like a lot of things, it can be, again, the snide remarks, the one-ups, as Michelle said before. It can even be that quiet competition that they're verbally not saying, but you can tell in their body language that
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
they
True.
ain't feeling you no more.
Yep.
And you know what I'm
Yes,
saying? It's
Yep.
just,
yes,
it's like, what the hell? And
definitely.
it's just, I've learned, sometimes I've just removed myself, but if I love them, I'm going to have a conversation and be
Mm.
like, girl, we ain't good. And what happened?
Yep.
Right.
Like sometimes you just gotta call it out. And I've learned more and more at this
Mhm.
point, if it's worth it, I'll call it out. And then
Yeah.
sometimes I'll just
If it's worth
drift
it.
it to the
Love that
That's
word.
dark.
Yeah.
Right.
yes.
Yeah.
Worth it is
I
that's
say
the
that. Oh,
key.
That's the key.
yes. I say that if I have a conversation if I sit you down and say, girl, let's talk about this,
I love you.
trust me, you mean something to me.
That's right.
Because
Right.
otherwise,
Absolutely.
forget about it.
Yeah.
Just
Yeah.
walking away. We ain't having
Right.
conversation.
We don't need that.
Mhm.
Tamika, what are your thoughts?
I mean, I agree with everything that's been said so far. I think that you have to have that discernment and you have to have like that like spidey sense as soon as you hear it, as soon as you hear the slight tone and trust your instinct. It's
Mm,
probably not wrong. If it
Yeah.
sounded foul, guess what? It was probably foul.
yeah.
Absolutely.
And sometimes yes, show grace. And yes, people could be going through X, Y, and Z. But I can think of relationships where I feel like repeatedly I'm doing the, hey girl, what's going on? We need to talk.
Mhm.
And I'm self-aware and I'm reflecting and I'm trying to figure out where I may have gone wrong or where I may have misstepped. I'm like, oh, wait, no, I'm the only one that's trying to figure this out. Or I'm the only one that's trying to save this
Right.
or understand this or having that self-awareness. And then when I realized, oh, no, 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 I'm good. You may have to just kind of, it's okay to release that release
Yeah.
of like things that are not serving you.
Yeah.
It's not only that male female relationship. That's
Yeah.
sometimes the women who are, you know, in your circle, but are not necessarily for you.
Right. It's okay to, I agree, Tamika. It's okay to release and allow people to be the version of themselves that they want to be.
Yeah.
And that's a them problem. And
Yeah.
and most of the time, honestly, I don't even, if it's not my family or someone I really have like a serious love and bond for, I'm not talking to them.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Goodbye.
Yeah.
And I wish you the best on your healing because I'm a girl's girl all day. All day. I'm a girl's girl. But what
Yeah.
I'm not about to do is try to negotiate disrespect.
Yeah.
That's what I'm not going to do. I'm not going to try to negotiate my self-respect and self-love to try to understand someone. Like if you choose to be that way, you chose to be that way. That was your choice. That was your option. And you gonna live with that.
Yeah.
And you're gonna stand on that.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna try to heal you either.
I always say
absolutely
when it's
agree.
I'm
No,
sorry.
go ahead. Go ahead.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Michelle.
I would say as simply as when it's that difficult to try to hold it together, it's God saying, girl,
Right.
I know
It's
you think
time.
it's good, Michelle. I know you think it's good.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
I got something else coming. Let that go,
Absolutely.
or whatever's around the corner is not going to be good. So let them go now. And sometimes you see it. You're like, wow, I really dodged a bullet on that one. Or sometimes you never see it,
Yeah.
but just release it.
Yeah.
Right.
No, I
Definitely.
was going to say, I agree with that. I always feel like sometimes our friendships are a little bit more sacred than the relationships we have with men.
Mm,
And those breakups can be hard.
yeah.
Yeah.
Like it's like, and you go through this whole
Yeah.
love-hate thing with that girl, and you're like, I need to really, it's hard to sometimes just step away.
Yeah.
And you'll be like, I want to figure this out before I step away. And then
Yeah.
sometimes it ain't nothing to figure out. It's just
Yeah.
like,
Mhm.
no.
Because that's a
Absolutely.
choice. To be a hater is a choice, in my opinion, y'all. To be a nasty
It
person is a choice.
is.
Like if you
Yeah.
like, I just can't rock with it at all.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Definitely.
On no levels.
Yeah. But on the flip side, we often give men more chances than we give our girlfriends.
That's
Definitely.
true.
Definitely.
True.
Definitely. Which brings me to another lovely question. Sorry, I had to bring the guy back into it. You know, why do you think women stay in bad relationships? Is it, and especially longer than men, is it more about loyalty or is it more about we're afraid to start over?
I think we're taught at a young age to go through it and try to work through it, push
Mhm.
through it. You know, sometimes
He's a
sometimes we
good
give up
man,
ourselves.
Savannah. He's a
Yeah,
good
push
man,
through,
Savannah. That's
push
a good
through.
man, Savannah.
Savannah, you got to give and take. He got more good than bad.
Yeah.
It's okay that
Yeah.
you know he pushed you around a little bit. Just forgive him. Y'all work
Oh,
through it. You know.
Can I just say, watching Wade into Exhale as a 40-something-year-old adult is totally different than 30 years ago.
oh,
Mhm.
It
absolutely.
I
hits
want to
so
watch it.
different.
Absolutely.
Oh my God. But
Absolutely.
yeah, he's a good man, Savannah.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I
Yeah.
definitely think that it's taught. I think it's like hold on to this,
Absolutely.
yeah, the good outweighs the bad. He comes home every night,
Right.
right? He's home
Right.
every night.
Right. Right.
What else you need? Like
Yeah.
a lot more, but hey.
And then I think the narrative of the pickings are slim. I just
Mhm.
like, no,
Yeah.
like you can
Yeah.
expand, girl. There's something out there for you that's
Oh,
for
yeah.
you.
Right.
Absolutely.
We compromise.
Yeah.
We
All the time.
compromise.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
So, just rounding us about, and then we're gonna go into some rapid questions.
We're not done yet.
What's
Can we have a
what
part
I know,
two?
we keep going. We just keep going. But I am curious about, what's been the best advice that you received from a female? This could be your mother, your sister, your best friend. What has been the best advice that you take with you each and every day, each and every year when you're feeling good, when you're feeling down? Like, what has that advice been? Because I think we should share, right? Some of this, because folks are looking at us and they're listening, and they're like, all right, I've seen that, I've done that. So why don't we just kind of share some of this kind of good stuff that we're getting from the people that we love, or those that have led us into success, those that have, just we look up to.
Well, I was taught, you are enough. You are enough took me a long, long way
I have
in
it
every
tattooed
area.
on my arm.
There you
You
go,
are enough.
Tamika.
I
I
am
love that.
enough.
Because, a lot of times we're taught, oh, you're not girly enough, you're not pretty enough, or you're not strong enough, you're not wife enough, you're not a
Mhm.
homemaker enough, or we're taught to always compete against some type of status quo of like what femininity and what being a woman, especially a Black woman, is.
Yeah.
We're taught to compete not only with the next woman, but with ourselves. And I think there's a lot of peace in knowing that you're enough and that it's okay to allow yourself to just be in your version of who you are
Yep.
and on your path. So that's my thing.
Love that, Danny.
I'm loving my Danny tonight.
I love you.
know.
Love y'all too.
Just all posies and butterflies and
Right?
Honey, I have a reason, girl.
Let me meet this man.
Springtime.
smiling. I like it because when we are in love or
Right?
in lust or just
Right.
taken care of, our natural side just comes out. What about Natalie, Michelle, Tamika? What's the best advice you received from another female?
When someone shows you who they are, believe them the first time.
Mhm.
Believe them. I love that.
Mhm. Mhm.
That's I'm in.
Love yourself and celebrate yourself.
Mm,
Celebrate your wins.
Yeah.
absolutely.
Right. Right. Right.
One that was recently told to me is what's right for you is right for them.
Love that.
Mhm.
Like whatever
Mm.
is right for you, whatever choice you made is right for you and is right for the person that you made the choice for.
Mhm.
There you go.
I like
That's
that.
powerful.
Yeah. Like
It
that.
really is, because that just really is like kill all the noise. Sometimes you have all the other noise and people telling you, what's right for me? We got this.
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
like that a lot.
Absolutely.
Direct your own life. Make your own decisions. Everything else will fall in line.
That's right.
So
Yeah.
I get it. Like that. Like,
Mine has always been never settle,
Mm.
and I've never settled. So, not for anything.
good for you, boo.
It's always had to be better, right? I've always had to have more passion. So I've never settled. And so that is, why I feel good. I feel good every day about the decisions that I make. And so, but a woman taught me that. And so we are lucky to have these strong women in our lives. And so thank you all. I will go into fun and rapid questions, starting with Michelle. All right, Michelle.
Yeah.
I just need a yes or no, men or women. You'll get it as we go. Okay, you ready?
Men. Oh.
Okay. You said men.
Oh.
I love that. Love that. What do you want right now? Men.
Men.
Okay, you ready?
Yeah.
Who falls harder, women or men? Fast round.
Women.
Hmm. Who forgives faster, men or women?
Women.
Hmm. Who lies better, men or women?
Women.
Woo! Who moves on faster, men or women?
Men.
Ooh. Who loves deeper, men or women?
You know what? Men.
That's man. We need
Hot take.
a whole nother show on this one. All right, let's go with Tamika. All right, you ready?
Yes, darling.
Who falls harder, women or men?
Women,
Who forgives faster?
women,
Who lies better?
Women.
Who moves on faster?
Men.
Who loves deeper?
Women.
Love that. I want to count the many women, the many
Yeah.
men. Many, many men. All right. Danny, who falls harder, women or men?
Oh, men. There's a valid reason for that. I'll
Who,
take
who forgives faster?
women.
Who lies better?
Men. Oh, women. Oh, sorry, women.
Who moves on faster?
Women.
And who loves deeper?
Men. There's a reason for everything, y'all.
Experiences is everything. Everything. Natalie,
Yeah.
who falls harder, women or men?
Men,
Who forgives faster?
women,
Who lies better?
women.
Wait, first of all,
We're
Natalie.
telling all of our
You,
secrets. We're
I
telling
was
all of our
like, dang,
secrets.
Natalie,
We
We're
letting it all
exposing it.
go.
I'm
We also
sorry.
want to
They don't even know. They
Really?
think they know, but they
They're
don't even
like,
know.
wait, they lie
Tell
better?
the truth, Nat.
We
They
do.
Tell
move
the
on
I mean,
truth.
we do. I'm
What?
sorry.
Love it. No. Who moves on faster?
But say that again, babe.
Who moves on faster?
I'm gonna say women.
Yeah, I agree.
They do.
Who loves deeper?
They do. We do.
Depending on age, but I'm always gonna say men.
All right.
Actually.
I love all of this. And honestly, I don't even have to answer because y'all answered it for me. We all pretty much had the same answer. But this has been an incredible panel. Thank you so much, Natalie and Michelle, for joining us. It's been incredible. We hope to see you again. Hopefully, you can just, come on by, swing on by, join us from time to time. We still building up our fans, but you stop on by.
Yeah, we
Okay?
would love to. I'd love to. Yeah.
Thank you. I think we lost
That was
Danny,
so much
but
fun.
yeah,
Thank you.
definitely. This was really fun. Tamika, of course, always a pleasure. Always a pleasure. And Danny, we miss you. Don't know why you dropped, but thank you so much. And we are out. Have a good night, everyone. Thank you for joining us. Bye.
Thank you. Bye-bye.
Bye.
Thank you.
Thank you, ladies, so much. I don't know what happened to Danny. I guess her
Her phone gave up.
maybe the
I
phone
know.
just
She was
died.
like, let me get off this thing. Let me fix it. Yeah.
All
It
right,
was
listen, I'm not going to keep you guys. Again, thanks a lot. And again, the plan is to have a revised flyer for the announcement of this episode, and we're going to try to get it chopped up and put in some quick shorts and post those leading into the premiere of the talk itself.
Okay.
All right.
All right.
Good night.
Really fun, ladies. Thank you
Have a
so
good
much.
Thank you so
Yeah, no,
much.
that was
It was
great.
so much fun. Thanks.
So much
Bye,
fun.
ladies.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye. Bye, Terrence.
Michelle, you got to hang up.